सहना सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। The mind wreaks havoc. The lesson, the mind wreaks havoc. The topic, desires, which we concluded last week. Desires, we said, it modifies and multiplies. Two things. One is it constantly modifications. Also, it multiplies. So modification and multiplication are the two things that happens with the desire. Not only that, it gives you a kind of a conviction, a knowledge, a kind of understanding that you know exactly what you want. That's a continuity of the desires. It's so strong because at every stage in life, the human being seems to be very sure about what they want. So desires bring in this. What does desire brings it in? You know exactly what I want. What I want means two things. What I want means it is of two. Something should be there, something should not be there. That's desire. That's what you know what you want means. I know very well that what should be there, and I also know what shouldn't be there. This is the delusive aspect of the desire. This is how desire breeds delusion. Delusion is you know not what you want. But at every stage in life, the human being will be very clear about this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I should do, this is what I should be, this is what I should be doing. They seem to be very, very, very clear. The important lesson in desire is you know not what you want. When you are desiring, you know not what you are desiring. You know not what you are desiring for. What is desiring means? I want it. You can say any word. You can say I want it, or you can say I need it, any words. And then there are some people who come and complicate it further by saying it is not the what is it? Needs are okay. I don't know. Wants can't be, needs can be fulfilled, but wants can't be fulfilled. They come up with their own slogans, they come up with their own things, and everybody seems to understand all that and not having any doubt at all, isn't it? Everybody seems to understand all that very clearly. Why? Because desires takes you into the delusion. What is the delusion? You know not, you know It makes you believe you know what you want. But the thing is, you do not know you do not know what you want. Anxiety and worry are the informers of you do not know what you want. Again, anxiety, worry are the informers. Or the informers means they tell you they tell you if there is worry or anxiety, it means you know not what you want. That's why we always keep these two as the that's why we keep these two as an indicator. The mind that is riddled with desire says worry and anxiety is natural. No, sir. How will I not be anxious if I don't get it? How will I not be anxious? So there is a legitimacy to worry, and there is a legitimacy to anxiety. And since the cause for anxiety is known, the solution also known. What? Get it. Doesn't matter what the price is, get it. Because the cause is known. Once the cause is known, solution is also known. Wherever worry kicks in, wherever anxiety kicks in, if you can't observe, that's why you need somebody to tell you. If you can observe, you will not be in worry in this anxiety. The fact is you can't do it by yourself. Somebody has to teach us. The cause for all worry and anxiety is you know what you want and you are not having it. Therefore, not having it is causing anxiety, worry. Solution is get it. Correct. After getting it, what happens? Nothing happens. Worry and anxiety continues, more intensifies. Why? Because every acquisition brings about a disappointment. Every acquisition, everything brings about a disappointment, and the disappointment continues the and the disappointment makes you makes your next round of worry and anxiety stronger, stronger. So a time comes where just become a bundle of worry and anxiety and nothing else. After a period of time, the human being simply becomes a bundle of worry and anxiety, nothing else. Will follow from where it comes. But what is wrong in what is wrong in wanting all this, sir? What is wrong in wanting all this? What is wrong in that? Ah, when you are wanting something, why do you want it? That's where the knowledge comes. When you want something, why do you want it? You want it because it appears dear to you. It appears dear to you. That's why you want it. When you want something, why do you want anything? Anything that appears dear to you only you want. In the Brihadaranyaka, Maitreyi, Yajnavalkya teaches us to Maitreyi, three words he uses. Dear, dearer, dearest. Something is dear, something is dearer, something is dearest. The question is, what is the dearest? What is the dearest? Anybody? சும்மா டைப் பண்ணுங்க. You are the dearest. You are the dearest to you. Now, When you say you are the dearest means what? You don't know that. Are you able to follow? You are the dearest. You are the dearest. Yajnavalkya says, Atmanam eva priyadaram. The self alone the dearest to Maitreyi. The self alone is the dearest. As long as the human being doesn't understand this, what happens? They misunderstand something is dear, something appears dear to them, and they chase that which is dear. Anything that appears dear to you, anything that appears dear to you, what does it mean? Anything that appears dear to you, you have invited pain already. That's why this Vedanta class and all, we should not come, sir. Very pessimistic it is. Yeah. Anything, how can something is appear, anything that is dear means you have started to invite. You have invite. People say, I want to spend time with my near and dear, isn't it? What's wrong in that? Everybody says, I want to spend time with my near and dear. Either I want them, either I want them to come, or I go where they are, doesn't matter. But the whole thing is what? Everybody loves to have that which is dear to them. What is the corollary to that? The corollary to that is all things that are dear to you are producers of sorrow. This is the law. All that is dearer to you becomes the producers of sorrow. That which is dear to you, when they produce sorrow, that's where you feel cheated. That's where you feel, I say, Ematitanga, sir. Isn't it? 9 years we were in love with each other, sir. God only knows what that love is, and God only has to protect the lovers also, isn't it? 3 months in marriage, they say, well, the person that I loved is not the person that I got married to. No, it's a universal law. Looking at that, hearing that, understanding that, still people fall in love. They know not what they are. At least you should learn, no? Why? They will not do that. Why? Because in their head, it is so dear to them that it is impossible to understand and accept. It will produce sorrow. It is impossible to accept. If you have accepted that it is capable of producing sorrow, and still see if it is dear to you, pursue that. Don't pursue that with the hallucinatory expectation that it is always that which is dear, is that is how it is going to be forever. The dear will become dearer, the dearer will become dearest, and it will be the same for forever. Yeah, இதுதான் you know not what you want. Are you able to follow? This is what is meant by saying you know not what you want. First, it will appear dear. The moment it appears dear, you will start courting it because you want to make it dearer. And then possessive comes to the once it becomes dearest, what will happen? You will become Possessive. I'm a very happy, peaceful, possessive person, sir. Hmm. I'm a happy, peaceful, possessive person. Sleepless nights you will have. That's all. Doesn't matter. Sleepless nights. And everybody is having sleepless nights. Yeah. With Vedanta, one kind of sleeplessness. No? Without Vedanta, another kind of. But sleeplessness is the con. Sleeplessness is common. Are you able to follow? The dear, dearer, dearest, abro, sleepless nights. Okay. Will a person learn? No, they will not learn. They will say, I made a mistake with this person or with this object or with this city. அடுத்த சிட்டி போனா சரியாயிடுமா? ஆறு சிட்டி லிஸ்ட் வேற கொடுக்குறாங்க. இல்லை விச் சிட்டி யூ வாண்ட் டு கோன்னு லிஸ்ட் வேற கொடுக்குறாங்க. And as a which city you go, what difference it means? You are going, no. He asked me, the commissioner asked me, 6 cities, sir. 6 cities, six, five, five, five. I made a mistake. Five cities. Where you want to go? So she came, which city should I choose? I said, for whom? Ask her. I said, for whom? She said, "We only." So you are going, no, it doesn't make any difference. Whichever city is Kudugara city, as long as they are giving you salary, go to any city. It doesn't make any difference. Why? Because you are going, no. Are you able to follow? The mind genuinely believes, I know what I want, but I made a mistake in this person, in this object, in this place. Change that. I will be all right. The knowledge comes and says, you know not what you want. Priyam, Priyataram, Priyatamam. Correct? Adana Priyam, Priyataram, and Priyatamam. One who argues everything in the world is dear or dearer is called Anya Priyavadi. Foolishness சொல்ல மாட்டோம். Nowadays only we use the word foolish and all that because we don't have these words in the vocabulary anymore. We technically that person is called Anya Priyavadi. Anya Priyavadi means he is so genuinely believing, so genuinely convinced that something is capable of being dearer. You follow? All that is dearer, all that is dear or dearer produces only sorrow. But sir, we are very happy, sir. It means some detachment is there. Happiness is because of happiness comes, take it or leave it. Wherever there is little bit of happiness here and there you are experiencing, that is because of the little bit of yeah, அது ஏதோ ஒட்டுன்னு இருக்குது, little bit here and there. Because of that only there can be, because Isavasya taught us very clearly, tena tyaktena bhunjitam, the way, wherever you want happiness, if you want happiness, there is only one method. What is that one method? One method. Tena tyaktena. Get rid of it. Renunciation is the way to be happy. You know not what you want means you genuinely believe that there are things that is going to give you happiness because it's dear or dearer. Yajnavalkya, the story we have heard any number of times. Yajnavalkya is a very rich, he's a very rich person. He divided the wealth into two. All the wealth that he had, he divided it into two. Gave his, called both the wives, Katyayani and Maitreyi, and said, this is, you both have it. You both have it. See, even if you want, nowadays the advice is don't give even to your own children, isn't it? Today's advice is even to your own children, don't give. As long as you're alive, you you keep it to yourself. இதுக்கு சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் ஜட்ஜ் வேற சொல்லணுமா இது? Supreme Court judges has to say that don't give foolishly everything to your children. அவங்களுக்கே கொடுக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொல்ற ஒரு ஸ்டேட் வந்துருச்சுன்னா what are we even talking, isn't it? Why? Because you give everything to them, what will happen to you? What will happen to you? And then you have to go to the same court and say they are not taking care of me. The court will say, did you check with us before you gave? You didn't check with us before you gave. Now why are you coming and asking us? So this is one way of, this is the direction in which the entire humanity is moving. Whereas the dharma, the law, the Vedanta, the Veda comes with a law. What is the law? The law for happiness is renunciation. Opposite of renunciation is desire. Opposite of renunciation is desiring. Okay, understand it like that. Desiring. Actually, what you desire makes no sense at all. Because what you desire now, kaila sutta onno, you will drop it. You don't have a problem dropping. You don't have a problem dropping the object of desire at all, because you don't desire that. The problem is desiring. Are you able to understand the difference? The problem is not with the object of desire. The moment you get hurt little bit, the moment you get a pain, the moment there is a disappointment, disillusionment, dropping it is, dropping the object is very easy. Dropping the person is very easy. But what you cannot drop, desiring cannot be. That desiring ஒரு present continuous மாதிரி போயின்னு இருக்குது, isn't it? It's not at all getting dropped. Why it is so difficult to drop desiring? Because you still believe you know what you want. Because you believe you know what you want. Sir, I'm only worried when I will get moksha, sir. Otherwise, I'm not worried about anything else. I'm only anxious that, where is Raghu? He's not here today. He told me some time back, sir, no, I have only another 10 years, sir. I said, who? He decided that he had only 10 years. In that 10 years, I should study and understand all that. No. I said, first of all, how did you assume that you have 10 years only in the first place now? See, desiring and worry and anxiety cannot be dropped. What you desire and continue your anxiety doesn't make any difference at all. So what is the knowledge telling? It is not concerned about the object of your desire. After the Mahabharata war, Arjuna was, they are all happy, and Arjuna was so worried because Arjuna was crying all the time because he lost his son Abhimanyu. He was so crying and he's not in. So Krishna was trying to teach him, but teaching Allah doesn't. If teaching works, why will you go into the worry and anxiety only? The fact that he's in worry and anxiety means teaching didn't work at all. So Krishna said, okay, I'll use my influence, I'll get you a special pass. Go to Swarga, meet Abhimanyu and come back. So Krishna got Arjuna a special pass. Don't pray for that special pass, sir. If you know what it is, you will not want it. None of you don't pray for that. Don't don't think. Because if you know what happened to Arjuna, you will not want that. Seriya? Don't think all that. Arjuna got that, he went. Abhimanyu was in Swarga. Abhimanyu was in Swarga. He went there and sitting next to Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is not paying any attention. He's saying, Abhimanyu, Abhimanyu, my son. He's not even looking. He's not even looking at him. After a few persuasions, Arjuna said, are you still upset with me, oh my son? Who's asking? Arjuna to Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu turned back and answered, oh Manushya, oh human, oh human. Can you understand what happened? What happened? It's gone. It's gone for it. It's completely gone. He turns back and say, oh Manushya, what are you talking? I was your, what do you mean? I'm your father. I taught you this. You are so loving to me. How can you forget? How can you forget me? How can you do all that? Oh my God, you all will feel sympathetic to Arjuna, no? We all will feel sympathetic to whom? To Arjuna. Abhimanyu turned back and said, oh Manushya, he said, oh human being, I don't know what you are talking about because of the so many janmas that I took, maybe for some embodiment you would have been the father. I don't even remember. I don't even remember you. I don't even know who you are. What are you talking? I don't even remember who you are. Arjuna started perspiring because he is not prepared for that. That's why we say you don't know what you want. When you actually get what you want, you will start perspiring. You will feel so disillusioned by it. Arjuna started perspiring. Abhimanyu is continuing. He's not even stopping the discussion. He's continuing. Don't you have any teachers around you? Abhimanyu is asking Arjuna, don't you have any teachers around you? Arjuna, what do you mean teachers now? Didn't they teach anything about Jiva? Didn't they teach anything about Jiva? Didn't they teach you all these things? Why are you coming and sitting here and talking something which is so, which is so, he couldn't handle that, he came back. Which is so, one word, absurd, annoying, insignificant. Huh? Another? Ridiculous, foolish, irrelevant. Abhimanyu said, don't you have any teachers that taught you about the unreal and real? Haven't you heard this thing about real and unreal? What is unreal? What is unreal here? The fatherhood and the Abhimanyu is the dearest. Abhimanyu is the dearest son, and I am still worried and distraught and devastated by the loss, by the affectation. You know not what you want. When Arjuna came back, Krishna said, what happened? Krishna said, what happened? Krishna, why did you send me? At least I would have been happy here. Now I'm utterly devastated. This is actual devastation. What is actual devastation? The foolishness. The foolishness. What is the foolishness? You know not what you want. You know not what you want. No. This construction I like so much. You know not what you want. You know not what you want. Yajnavalkya gave the wealth to the. Now come back to Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi. Arjuna and Abhimanyu will leave. Now we come back to Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi. When he gave the wealth, how will you let go of something if it is dear to you? If you are letting go of something, it means it's no more dear to you. That's why you are letting go of it. If you are letting go of wealth, that is the dearest, what has become superior to this that you are letting go of this? That is Maitreyi to Yajnavalkya. That is Maitreyi to Yajnavalkya. Now that you have asked this question, Maitreyi, you have become the dearest, he says. You have become my dearest. But the dearest here refers to what? It is not the association that is dearest. It is your awakening to listen to the reality makes you dearest. What is awakening to the reality? All dearer things are producers of sorrow. All dearer things are producers of sorrow. How? How do they produce sorrow? The fear of losing and the grief caused by the loss. Two things. This is called samsara. What is samsara? சம்சாரத்தில் மாட்டிக்கிட்டேன் சார்னு என்ன அர்த்தம் இல்லையா? I got caught in samsar means what? One is the fear of losing, another is the grief caused by that loss. Because of that, the human being becomes what? Helpless, angry, frustrated, depressed human being. What is the result of whenever you think you know what you want, where you will end up? Helpless, anger, frustrated, depressed. இவ்வளவுதான் combination. Yeah. எல்லார்கிட்டையும் இந்த டிகிரி இருக்குது, isn't it? BSc, MSc, BTech, MTech. நீ என்னடா டிகிரி? MBA. கிண்டர் கார்டன்லேயே சேர்க்கக்கூடாது, MBAல சேர்க்குறாங்க. MBA degree, isn't it? That all this is of no consequence. ஒரே டிகிரி தான். All human beings has only one degree. என்ன டிகிரி? இது வச்சுக்கோங்க. And you should let go of this degree. என்ன டிகிரி that you have? HAFD. எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க. Helpless, anger, frustrated, depressed. HAFD. அவ்வளவுதான். What you should do? How not to fall into this is the knowledge. How not to fall into this is the knowledge and understanding. It means what? Whenever you say, I know what I want and you are chasing, remember, you are exposing yourself and you are becoming vulnerable to samsara. Samsara means the sorrow. Samsara means the sorrow. And sorrow is of two. What is the two? Bhayam and shokam. Bhayam and shokam. This combination of bhaya and shoka leads to vishada. That's the Bhagavad Gita starting part. Arjuna vishada yoga. When this bhayam and shokam combined, it becomes vishada. Bhagavad Gita starts with Arjuna Vishada Yoga. For Arjuna is in that. Arjuna has gotten himself into that situation. He's so helpless. He's so frustrated. He's so angry. Also depressed. Gandiva has become a walking stick, isn't it? He's saying, I'm holding that, he's saying, as a not to see how he was holding the Gandiva half an hour back and how he's holding that now. Samsara. What is the reason for the samsara? The reason for the samsara is you believe, you know what you want. The truth is, you do not know what you want. Or at least you should have the maturity to accept whatever you are desperate about, whatever you are desperate about, all association that comes out of, all association that you develop out of desperation will end in misery. Will end in misery. And that misery will not be an ordinary misery. It takes, I don't know, it takes such a long time to get out of it. It takes such a long time to get out of it. Or it won't take that much long if you understand it right. What is that understanding? You know not what you want. Therefore, all association, Yoga Vasishta, he said it very beautifully in Yoga Vasishta, isn't it? Two logs of wood meet only to be separated. Life is a flooded river, he says. Life is a flooded river. Maybe Sarayu was full. Maybe after monsoon, this discussion was happening full. And if you have seen the flooded river there, you can see all sorts of things floating. Sometimes you can see bridges getting floating because somewhere the bridge got washed away and you can see it. You can see it floating. In the flooded river, all sorts of things float. Two logs of wood meet. In that two logs of wood meet, the two logs of wood, not the actual wood. Human being is that wood. That human being is the two logs of wood meet. They travel together for a while only to be separated. Out of this bhayam only people take vow to each other. What is the vow they take each other? Rajkumar. I know he's the one who does that analysis, statistics. Because of the fear, because of the fear, they take a vow. What is the vow they take? Even in future Janmas also, we will be together. In this Janma itself, we are not going to be together. What is this? What is the vow that you take about future Janmas and all that? No, sir. It may be true in the case of others, but not in our case. In our case, it is genuine love. But check on Rajkumar. Yeah, check on him. Even now he's talking about genuine love. Fresh report. There is an old Arab proverb. I really don't know whether it is Arab proverb or not. I'm trying to ask quite a few people from Arab world also. They didn't know. Anshu Alpanandal are not Arabs. Yeah. Angiyum they are sitting with Indian passport only. So they அவங்களெல்லாம் அரபாவே கன்சிடர் பண்ண முடியாது. I asked, okay, more or less half Arab, Reza ji, I asked him also, he also didn't know. There is an ancient proverb, Arab proverb. God plays mischief. God plays mischief. It goes whenever a child is born, God goes and whispers in the ear of the child that you are unique, you are special. Do you understand that? God whispers in every newborn. The God whispers, you are unique, you are special. Therefore, everybody believes in it so deeply that they will say, all this you are talking will be applicable to others, sir, except me. Why? I am unique, I am special. And who told me that? God Himself. Then what is the worry? Beautiful topic. You know not what you. With this intro, we'll read the text. Don't read the who's who who's reading? Anshu. Anshu, you
Yes,
are
yes,
reading? Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Stop before the olive tree. Yeah. That one I'll read. If you read, I get very confused. Yeah. Olive tree alone I'll read. You know not what you want. Padinga.
You know not what you want. Ironic as it may seem, none knows what to ask for oneself. People live in a cloud of ignorance, yet they claim to know what they want in life. They believe they can define their desire clearly, but this is not true. It can be proved that whatever be your desire is really not what you want. You are deluded by your own desire. A simple episode exemplifies this truth. Examine it carefully. A bachelor possessed a desire for marriage. He had everything else in life. He was most talented, renowned, healthy, wealthy. All he wanted was a partner. That was just it. He believed his life would be complete with a wife. He was sure he needed nothing more than that. Grounded in his belief, he found someone to his liking and married her. He found his fulfillment in life. They enjoyed marital bliss for months and years, until one day the couple realized that they were not begetting a child. The man was now possessed with a powerful desire to have a child of his own. He was desperate, miserable. The couple tried all scientific ways and means to produce a child and succeeded at last. The wife bore a son. The man was thrilled. The fulfillment of his desire shot him to the height of ecstasy. Days and months passed by in peace and contentment until they found out that their son was deaf. They were shattered by the finding. He would not lie low. He explored every possibility to restore the sense of hearing to his son. His desire was finally fulfilled after a surgery. The boy could hear. The man was happy again. Years passed by until he discovered that his son was mentally handicapped. He was plunged in misery once again. His only desire then was to deliver the boy to a normal state of mind. Now, study the chain of events. From the time the bachelor desired to marry to the father desiring to cure his son's mental disability. The desire continued, passing through its metamorphosis. So too, the underlying desire in you never ends. A desire lures you to the pleasure of its fulfillment. But no sooner you fulfill it and the mind gains the pleasure thereof, it opens up fresh ones. The desire continues. It goes on and on. Your mind remains ever agitated and stressed with the unfulfilled desires. Analyze the episode carefully. At the very beginning, the bachelor had a desire for a partner, nothing more. Later, he desired a child from the marriage. Thereafter, a desire to cure the child's deafness, followed by the desire to restore its mental health. Does it end there? The question arises as to what exactly does he want? When he first desired a partner in life, was it just the partner that he wanted? Was it merely a wife that he desired? Was that the definition of his desire? Nay, not so. Think. When he entertained a desire for a wife, the parameter of desire was not confined to merely acquiring a wife. He actually wanted a wife who would produce a child. Was that then the demarcation of his desire? Nay, not so. Think. When he desired a wife, he actually meant a wife who would produce a son with a sense of hearing. Was that then the boundary of his desire? Nay, not so. Think. When he desired a wife, his desire meant a lot more than that. It included a child, hearing, mental stability, etc. It does not end there. Therefore, any desire that you entertain has no direction or dimension. It is endless, insatiable. Yet you believe you know exactly what you want. You seem absolutely sure, certain of the confines of your desire. You must clearly understand you know not what you want. You keep chasing your own shadow until you are sick and tired of it all. So it is with life. You project your egocentric desires and run after them. You may satisfy your immediate demand. No sooner you fulfill that, you project other desires. You pursue those and gain them as well. Yet other demands prop up. You grope in the darkness of your ignorance, not knowing what you really want. You are caught up in the quagmire of desires, and you remain disappointed, frustrated all through life. Sabine Baring-Gould captures this thought beautifully in his poem, The Olive Tree. The poem speaks of two hermits who planted saplings to grow olive trees. They needed olives to extract oil for their prayer. One of them prayed for rain, and the rain came down. He then felt the plant needed sunlight and prayed for the sun to shine, and the sun shone bright. Next, he asked for frost and got it too. With all his prayers granted, the plant perished, whereas the other hermit asked for nothing. He did all that was necessary for the plant to grow. He had no demands or desires. He left it to the general plan of nature. The plant grew into a tree and yielded olives.
When you say, I want this, you think you know what you want because the parameters is very clear. You are very clear about the parameters of it. You know not what you want simply says you don't know what you are asking for. So you know not what you want simply means you don't understand what you are asking for. This is a the most important vital lesson that you need to learn in life. Otherwise, every desire seems to be very clear. Every desire seems to be very clear. Every demand, your boundary seems to be very, very clear. The example here is that of a bachelor boy. Having gotten everything, what is the only thing that is lacking? Partner. Okay, is the partner? Ah, at that point of time, the person will say nothing else, sir. Nothing else. வேற ஒண்ணுமே வேணும். Maybe others may be thinking like wanting another. Me, I am very clear. I want this, and that's it. No modification, no multiplication. The mind is very clear that it is as though there is no modification, there is no multiplication. What happens? The wife comes. What happens after that will not be shown in any movie, isn't it? Have you ever noticed that? No movie will start with the marriage. Movie will end, correct? Happily married ever after, isn't it? அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னாச்சுன்றது actual story, isn't it? That need not be told. Why? Because all the audience know what it is. Yeah, what the audience know, why show that? No, I think maybe that's why they don't. Even Ramayana, Valmiki stops with Ramarajya. He gets coronated and that's it. It doesn't go any further. Happily married ever after. Order it is. It has to. That's what every desire makes you. Every desire makes you believe in that. Every desire makes you believe in that as though this is the last and this is it and it is not going to go any further. From where this deep conviction come to all human beings universally, God only knows, but it's there. So at that point, sir, I was a child, I didn't know. Now that I have grown up, I know what I want. Correct? That's what people say. At that point of time, sir, childish, teenage childish stuff and all. Now that I have grown, I know what I want. Now I know what I want. Just the just the child to be a normal child. Whatever be the definitions of normality is. Yeah. இது எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ற ஆளே நார்மல் இல்லை, isn't it? A parent who's asking the child should be normal, they themselves are not normal. என்னத்த சொல்றது? This madness continues. It has got nothing to do with anybody outside. It has got nothing to do with whom or what. It has got nothing to do with whom or what. It still it goes, isn't it? For the 40 seconds, 50 seconds, maximum 60-second darshan of Balaji, we have to make a phone call even to the Prime Minister, isn't it? Huh? Just for the 60-second darshan, that's all. 60 seconds in a huh? Not even 60 seconds, 1 minute. Just to have a peaceful 1 minute darshan of Lord Balaji, you should. Prime Minister recommendation போனா கூட டவுட் தான், isn't it? And there are people living in day in and day out there. All of them are desperately looking at their watches because duty time is not it. Duty time is not yet over. If the next person calls and says, something is happening, can you extend your duty hours? If that's what they want, what they should say? So, another few more hours that I'm going to get with Balaji. No. Desperate to run away. Somebody is desperate to go there. Somebody is desperate to get away. And Balaji has got nothing to do with both. Please understand. He has got nothing to do with both. It is to do with you believe at any point in time. The parameters are very, very clear. What is the parameter? The confines of your desire. That makes your desire legitimate in your eyes. That's what we are trying to understand. The confines that you put makes your desire appear legitimate to you. So, what are they trying to teach? They are trying to tell us that confines that you put to your desire, which makes it so legitimate, is delusory, is delusional. That's what they are trying to say. Are you able to follow? Again, I repeat, the confines that we put to the desire makes it so legitimate that even gods will come and ask you, what is it that you want? Yeah. That's why all these people do tapas and God comes. Story, no? Everybody will do tapas and God will come. And God says, I am pleased by your tapas. What is the boon that you want? What they will say, I don't want to die. Brahma says, I myself is going to die one day. That is the creator, Lord Brahma. He says, I myself is going to die one day. How can I give you a boon? Ask for anything else other than that. It means, what are you desiring actually? That's what you are desiring, and you should not compromise for anything other than that. So, at the very first stage itself, there is a fall. What is the fall? There is a compromise. What is the compromise? What is the compromise? I should not be killed inside. I should not be killed outside. I should not be killed in the morning. I should not be killed in the night. Yeah. And using the technical flaw in your desire, Narasimha will come, isn't it? Because every desire will have a that's what he said. You know not what you want. Look at the list they put down. Oh my God. Look at the list they put. You see that something you will miss out in that because you know not. And you can't list out everything because there is no such thing called, there is no possibility of any desiring like that. So what happens? Hiranyakashipu said, not inside, not outside, no weapons. No human, no animal. No human, no animal, no weapons, not inside the house, not outside the house, no morning, no evening. Now, what to do now? Narsimha came. Now, who's Narsimha? You don't know whether to call him man or animal. Yeah. You don't know whether to call him man or animal. Pesaji, Narsimha is lion head and human body. Yeah. Exactly like Ganesha. Ganesha, elephant head and human body. No, this is lion head and human body. Male liner, female liner. மேன்லாம் இருக்கா அப்படின்னா ஆப்வியஸ்லி நரசிம்மா மேல் நோ ஸோ மேல் லைன் ஒன்லி ஹேஸ் டு கம் ஸோ மேல் லைன் ஃபேஸ் வித் மேல் ஹி கம்ஸ் ஸோ இஸ் நாட் அ மேன் ஆர் அனிமல் நாட் இன்சைட் நாட் அவுட் சைட் the door, is it inside the house or outside the house? Is the door inside your house or the door outside your house? You can't say it is inside or outside. At least you understand that. I don't know how many times I would have thought and sat about the stories. What went wrong in all these people? Door means you cannot actually say whether it is inside the house or outside the house. Yeah, அதான் ரெண்டு கட்டான்றது, isn't it? Yeah, it's neither inside nor outside. If it is inside the house, then it can't be a door. If it is outside, again it is outside. So it is a bridge between, it is a bridge between the inside and the outside. Yeah. So, lion, not inside, not outside, not air nor thing. Ah, his thighs. Hmm. No weapons can be used. Nails. Nails is not weapon, no. Yeah. Nails is not weapon. Hiranyakashipu thought he is invincible. I got what I want and I am invincible. Carefully follow. You know not what you want means you think you get it, and then you feel that you are on top of the, you feel that you are on top of the world where nothing can disturb you, takes you, brings you down. The whole lot collapses and you come crashing again. Again you crawl up, 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 up. Again the same thing. This is called punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. This thing is called punarapi jananam. Again and again and again you go through the, see, you know not what you know not what you. Ravana asked for everything, isn't it? But he thought humans and monkeys are so inconsequential that he didn't even bother to mention. COVID-19 lang kuda he would have mentioned, isn't it? Yeah. Except humans and monkeys, he didn't mention. So those two, yeah, destroyed. Every stage in life, the desire looks like they know what they. You want something because you feel you can't live without it. Sometimes you want things only to show off or to irritate somebody else. That's where reading of chapter 1 in detail is very, very, very meaningful, very important. Arjuna says one of the reasons for his depression is what? Krishna, we want the kingdom only for what? Boundary Vella Kauravas must stand outside the boundary and see us in prosperity and palace and enjoying. All this is only for that, no. And if they are dead and gone, of what use is this kingdom now? Because there's nobody on the other side. Helpless. என்ன சொன்ன? Degree, some degree I said, no? Helpless. Prabhakar, super. So he'll be blessed with a lot more HEAFT. Panandria. Correct. Say, no, sir, please don't even joke, don't say he's saying. Because I'm already having so much, that's why I'm coming and sitting. I'm coming and sitting here only for that. So helpless, so agitated, so frustrated. What is the reason? The conviction. I know what I want. What is delusion? I know what I want is one kind of delusion. I know what I don't want is another kind of delusion. I know what I want is one type. I know what I don't want. So, irrespective of what you have or what you don't have, one thing is common. What? Anything that becomes dearer, whatever be the intimacy that you develop, one thing is going to be the result. What is it? Sorrow. Samsara, that is called. That's why desire results in samsara. What does samsara means? Bhayam and Shokam. Bhayam is because of the fear of losing. When you lose it, the grief that comes with the sorrow, one is the fear of, one is the actual loss, the fear, the actual loss, and then the grief that follows the loss, shoka. So bhayam plus shokam is samsara. But the human being believes they know what they want. Olive tree comes and teaches us something different. With this, we conclude for today and we continue. You know not what you want and the olive tree as the solution next week. We meet next week.